matching monster truck attitude.
The final week of the July season is here. 16 of the baddest monster trucks are going to be duking it out for the final time this season, and we've had a lot of close racing all season long, and Gary, tonight is going to be no different.
That is no joke, Steve. We have seen a lot of epic battles all season long. We're getting started here tonight with Recreation and Alien, and then we're going to take a look at Mad Scientist going one-on-one with Zombie, but we got to talk about Whole Shot Motorsports. They've been very dominant all season long. Are they going to end the season with that flag on the back of one of their trucks?
Well, that will be determined as the night progresses on, Gary. You are absolutely right. Whole Shot Motorsports has dominated this season. Right now, we're kicking off round one action. Final week of the July season. 𝐬𝐿 over there in Recreation, now taking on Jim Cartwright, the captain of the Whole Shot Motorsports race team. Alien number 2 on the inside lane. Both trucks are staged. The green light will drop down now. They're even down that straightaway. Alien with a slight lead. Recreation's out of shape, and Jimmy Cartwright pulls out a win in Recreation. We'll turn it over down here in front of our announce booth, Gary, and I'm not sure what happened to Recreation. We're going to go back here and take another look at the replay.
We're going back and looking at the replay, Steve. 𝐬𝐿 in Recreation was right there with Alien all the way down that straight stretch. It wasn't until they went up and over the first jump, right there somewhere in no man's land, Recreation veers off and heads right for our commentator's booth.
Well, certainly not what I wanted to experience. The first race out here to close out the July season. Right now, the MTA track current officials are down there with Recreation. Unfortunately, out of competition for the remainder of the season. Came in here for the final week of July, tried to run as hard as they could, absolutely did so, snapped off the right front tire of that truck. They're going to be on the trailer here, but Alien number 2, Jimmy Cartwright, will advance on into our round 2 competition. But Gary, coming up next here tonight inside of round 1, 𝐬𝐿𝐫𝐿𝐫, the new kid on the block, and the VP Mad Scientist. He left me a little note over here on the YouTube channel saying that he was going to take a break after one season of Thursday Night Thunder.
Okay.
But in the event, we're back. Preston Hurd and Zombie on this inside lane, ready to go. Here's the green light now, and down the straightaway they go, side by side. We got a race here. Gary up and over the first set of cars, and Zombie pulls out a win after they make contact. Right there up and over that final bus. What an epic turn of events here tonight inside of round 1.
Well, looking back at the replay here, they were pretty much even all the way down that straightaway, Steve. Up and over that first jump, they're pretty much side by side. It wasn't right until no man's land they make a little bit of contact in the center of the track, and well, if 𝐬𝐿𝐫𝐿𝐫's taking a break, he's upside down here for the rest of the season. Preston Hurd and Zombie will move on.
Indeed he does. Zombie advances on into round 2 competition. Next up here tonight, we're going to be taking a look at Brayton Lunderville, the new kid on the block out of Whole Shot Motorsports. He already has one Thursday Night Thunder championship under his belt. He's now taking on Jaled Buford in the USA Wants Chevrolet. He brought the championship flag on into the July season. Can he take it out of here tonight? Here's the green light now down the straightaway. The Renegades and Whole Shot Motorsports. Fresh Prince with the slight lead. USA One trying to come back on him on the big end and unable to do so as Fresh Prince turns it upside down inside of our shutdown area. Got a little crossed up on that van stack, but nonetheless is your winner. We'll have an update on the Fresh Prince later on tonight. Speaking of new kids on the block, Gary, we're talking about Liam Howington and Iron Man. That truck is bad fast over there. He's now ready to rock the house against Sarvin Khan, another competitor out of Whole Shot Motorsports. Overcharged, ready to go in the blue lane. Here's the green light now down the straightaway. Overcharged got a slight lead on him now. Iron Man making up the ground on the big end, and he pulls it out. Nice slap wheelie by Iron Man coming over the finish line. Liam Howington pulled the trigger over the final set of cars, and he got the win over Overcharged.
Just an awesome race altogether here tonight in round 1. Iron Man, the come from behind victory. As you see, Sarvin Khan and Overcharge has a lead on him. Up and over that final jump now. Here comes Liam Howington putting the power down, and Iron Man takes out Overcharge here in round 1.
A phenomenal job by Liam Howington in Iron Man as he puts one of the Whole Shot Motorsports camp trucks on the trailer. He'll be returning inside of round 2 in Iron Man. Next up here tonight, Gary, Louis Giovanis hasn't had much luck this season. The Captain's Curse 41 Willys ready to go on the outside. He now takes on longtime veteran Caden Wilson in the Monster Mutt Rot out of the Backyard Beast race team on the inside. Green light drops down now. Backyard Beast got a whole shot. Monster Mutt in the lead. Captain's Curse trying to come back. They make contact over that final jump. And I do believe Captain's Curse may have gotten the win over the Monster Mutt Rot here tonight, Gary.
It's just been unbelievable racing all night long here, Steve. Right now, Caden Wilson and Monster Mutt on the inside lane has that slight lead over Captain's Curse. They get ready to go over that final jump. Caden Wilson and Monster Mutt makes contact with the Captain's Curse. Both of them get into a little bit of trouble right before the finish line, but Louis Giovanis and Captain's Curse is your winner in round 1.
Well, no doubt these drivers are giving it. They're all here tonight in the final week of the July season. There you see the pink and black attack Monster Patrol. Caleb Parks already took home a win this season. Will now take on Mike Council in the Backdraft Dodge over here on the inside lane. Who's going on in round 2? Chevrolet and Dodge now as we go green side by side. We got a good race here. Backdraft in trouble. He turns it over. And Caleb Parks and Monster Patrol will advance on into round 2. We got to go back and take another look. As you can tell, the left rear tire of Backdraft has snapped off the truck. And Gary, I'm going to take this one away from you here. We go back and check it at the replay. Side by side now down this straightaway. Both trucks are dead even up until the first jump. Watch what happens to Backdraft. The rear tires hit the downside of that ramp, flipping him end over end in no man's land. Nowhere to go but upside down. And right now, Caleb Parks and Monster Patrol advance on into round 2 action. But Gary, take a look at this. The Backdraft Dodge was on a rail here early in round 1. Cost him a victory up and over that transition jump, snapped off the left rear tire. The crews are going to be down there thrashing on it just to get it loaded up on the trailer. And just a rough season altogether for the Backdraft team here tonight, Gary. But moving right along inside of round 1 action, we're taking a look at the Monster Mania 5 champion from a couple of years ago. Aaron Church here tonight. Back who got Dragonoid in the far lane. Now taking on the captain of the Backyard Beast race team, Javon Woodrow and Velociraptor, who will advance on into round 2. Green light drops down here tonight. Final week of the July season. Velociraptor's got a big time lead on Aaron Church and Dragonoid. And Velociraptor, Paul, wait a minute. Dragonoid upside down here in the shutdown area, Gary. But Javon Woodrow and the Backyard Beast Velociraptor put the hammer down and didn't spare any expense. He advances on into round 2 here tonight. Next up inside of round 1 competition, the new kid on the block, Declan Keller, in that bad, fast Reptoid machine all the way out of Milton, Florida, will now take on defending champion Bennett Cartwright. 2 championships this season. 88 Mike ready to go on the inside lane. Will he take the flag into round 2? The green light drops down now. 88 Mike with a slight lead on the inside lane. Reptoid trying to play catch up, unable to do so, and Reptoid now turns it over in the shutdown area, Gary. 88 Mike on a rail, straight and fast. That's what he likes to do out here on Thunder, and he got the job done. The flag stays on the champion's truck.
Yeah, Steve, Declan Keller and Reptoid's been champion out here before. He knows what it takes to get the job done. Unfortunately, just not as fast as 88 Mike here tonight in the final race of the July season, and then turning it over in the shutdown area. Nonetheless, Bennett Cartwright, 88 Mike will take the flag into round 2.
Well, speaking of round 2, before we get there, we got to talk about Braden Lunderville and the Fresh Prince. He turned the truck over earlier tonight in round 1. The crews are down there thrashing on that truck, making sure he's going to be back at 100% here in round 2. But speaking of that, we got one truck going home on the trailer. He says he's going to take a break for a little while on Thursday Night Thunder. The VP Mad Scientist going home as he turned it over in round 1 and eliminated from the competition here tonight in the July season. As we move along inside of round 2 action, however, Gary, this is how it's all going to be breaking down. A lot of great racing in round 1. Round 2 will be no different. Alien set to take on Zombie. Fresh Prince will go one-on-one with the Iron Man. Other side of your bracket, big surprise, it's going to be the return of Louis Giovannissi. Captain's Curse will take on Monster Patrol, and then Velociraptor gets a shot at the champion in 88 Mike. And that is how round 2 action is going to be breaking down here tonight. Final week of the July season on Thunder. Jim Cartwright and Alien over there on the outside lane, now ready to take on Preston Hurd, the longtime veteran. Zombie ready to go on the inside lane. Who's going to be taking it in the semifinal action? Zombie and Alien. The green light drops down now off the line. Alien's got a lead on him now, up and over the first jump. Zombie coming back on the big end, Gary, and he turns it over in the shutdown area. Preston Hurd and Zombie, man, just came back and took away a win from Alien there on the inside lane. We're going to go back and check out the replay.
The racing here tonight, Steve, has been nothing but exciting as you see Preston Hurd and Zombie falls from behind early off the start. But they go up and over that first jump. He starts to make the comeback on Alien number 2, and he gets the win here tonight in round 2 action.
A huge come-from-behind win for Preston Hurd and Zombie here tonight. An awesome race altogether. And we'll see Zombie back in our semifinal competition. Alien goes home on the trailer. Next up here tonight in round 2, Gary, Braden Lunderville and the Fresh Prince. We were down in the pits earlier tonight after that round 1 rollover. He is now back to take on Liam Howington and Iron Man. Stage now in the blue lane. One of them moves on in the semifinals. Here's the green light now down the straightaway. Fresh Prince got the big-time lead on him. Iron Man going to try to come from behind. He's unable to do it. And Fresh Prince, Braden Lunderville, will advance on into our semifinal competition. Liam Howington and Iron Man gave it his all, just couldn't come up with a comeback on the inside lane. Moving along inside of round 2 action, Kayla Parks, we talked about her earlier, already got one win out here on Thunder this season. The pink and black attack Monster Patrol on the outside lane will now take on 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 in the Captain's Curse Machine. Big surprise, he's made it to round 2. Green light's going to drop down now. He's got a slight lead on the inside lane. Monster Patrol trying to come up with it on the big end here. He's in trouble. He made contact in the shutdown area. What an awesome race between 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 and Kayla Parks. The Monster Patrol and Captain's Curse were throwing it down.
I can't believe how epic these races have been all night long here tonight. Captain's Curse had the early lead down that straightaway. Watch him get a little squirreled up right here, up and over that first jump. He squirrels up towards the last jump, and they make contact going over the finish line. But you see it right there. Captain's Curse is your winner here tonight over Monster Patrol.
I've got to agree with you here tonight, Gary. These races have been awesome to close out this season, and it's going to get even better. Right now, the defending champion, Bennett Cartwright, 88 Mike, the brand new truck, already a 2-time Thunder champion, will now take on the veteran, Javon Woodrow, out of the Backyard Beast race team, former 5-time Thunder champion. A little bit of a rivalry going on here to close out the July season. Green light drops down now. Whole Shot Motorsports in the Backyard Beast, up and over the first jump now. 88 Mike hits the landing ramp, and Velociraptor will take away the flag here tonight in the end of round 2. 88 Mike is on the trailer here tonight, Gary. What a turn of events. We're going to crown a new champion here tonight.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was expecting that here tonight, Steve. They were even down that straightaway, but it wasn't until that first jump they go up and over that gap. The rear tires of 88 Mike hit the downside of the ramp, much like we saw backdraft earlier tonight, and Velociraptor will take it on in the semifinals here tonight, Steve.
And speaking of semifinal action, this is how it's going to break down. We started with 16 trucks to close out the July season, now down to 4. It's going to be Zombie taking on Fresh Prince. Other side, Captain's Curse goes one-on-one with Velociraptor. And coming to the line right now is the return of Braden Lunderville out of the Whole Shot Motorsports race team. The all-new Fresh Prince, who debuted at the top of the season, will now take on the veteran, who's had an awesome season so far. Preston Hurt and Zombie looking to get a win here tonight in semis. Both trucks are staged. Green light drops down now for a shot at the final round showdown. Fresh Prince got the early lead, but Zombie's coming from behind. Another close showdown here tonight in our semifinal competition, Gary, and I'm not sure who got the win here tonight. We're going to go back and check out our replay.
I mean, we're closing the season. Everybody's going for broke, but coming down that straightaway, Fresh Prince had a slight lead on Zombie up and over that first jump now. It's going to be a shootout all the way down to the finish line. We'll pause it right here for a photo finish, and Preston Hurt and Zombie will scave away a victory here in semifinals.
And that'll be 2 come-from-behind victories for Preston Hurt and Zombie here tonight. He finds himself in the final round showdown, putting another Whole Shot Motorsports truck on the trailer. But next up here tonight, Gary, Javon Woodrow, the captain of the Backyard Beast race team, Velociraptor, the brand new truck, debuted at the top of the June season, now takes on a surprise return of 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 and Captain's Curse. Hasn't had much luck this season, has it turned around here tonight to close out July. Here's the green light now down the straightaway. Velociraptor with a rough start, but he's making up the ground. Captain's Curse pulls it down, and he goes to the finals. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 and Captain's Curse just pulled out the biggest upset of his MTA career here tonight, Gary. What an incredible run. Let's go back and check it out on the replay.
Well, as you said, Steve, hard start for Javon Woodrow and the Velociraptor on the early going, but he makes up the ground quickly as Captain's Curse starts to put the hammer down. Watch him ride the back wheels down the downside of that ramp. It's going to be a shootout to the final jump, and Captain's Curse will pull out a win over Velociraptor.
I would dare say the best racing we have seen all season long. These drivers are absolutely letting it all hang out. But now we are set and ready for the final round showdown, Gary. We're going to see the return of Captain's Curse surprisingly. Get ready to go one-on-one with Zombie. Don't go anywhere. The finals are next. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the final round showdown. Preston Hurt and Zombie ready to go on the outside lane. I want to touch on this. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 hasn't had any luck at all this season, and Captain's Curse now finds himself in the finals here in week 5 of the July season. Ladies and gentlemen, Zombie, Captain's Curse, it's showtime here tonight down the straightaway. They go side by side, up and over the first jump now. What a matchup, and Captain's Curse turns it over, and Zombie will pull out a win. I dare say if Captain's Curse did not fumble up over that final jump, he would have absolutely outdrove Zombie here tonight in the final race, Gary.
The races have been awesome all night here, Steve, and I would not expect this finals to be any different. Captain's Curse with a slight lead on the inside lane. Up and over that first jump, it's going to be another shootout to the finish line. A slight bobble for Captain's Curse. He goes end over end, and Preston Hurt and Zombie takes home tonight's win.
An absolutely incredible final race to a fitting, incredible season here on Thunder. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner here tonight on Thursday Night Thunder. Give it up for Preston Hurt and Zombie. What an awesome way to close out the July season here on Thunder. Thank you guys for joining us all season long for the month of July. I do want to put out a reminder to everybody that watches the MTA product. Next week, we are starting at a new time. Thunder is moving to 10 a.m. Eastern Time, still on Thursdays, but it will be at 10 o'clock a.m. in the morning. So be on the lookout for the kickoff of the August season next week. For now, be sure to crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you down the road.
Truck attitude.